Jungkook, hurry up. I have set up breakfast. After had the maid set up the breakfast, who went to call Jungkook because he didn't like to get called through servant. Mom is there for breakfast. Jungkook, brushing his hair, said, yes, she is in the dining room. Oh, Jungkook quickly put the comb on the dressing table and rushed out. You, who was busy earning the mess he had created, were taking a break when he left in a hurry. You didn't have any problems with Jungkook or his mom, but Jungkook giving preference to his mom made you a little sad. Whenever he was with his mom, all his attention was on her. Even now, the way he ignored you in the dining room made your heart a little sad. You entered the dining room with a heavy heart. Jungkook and his mom had already started breakfast. Why, where were you? You know I can't bear hunger and I don't eat breakfast without Jungkook. So we started without you. Maybe mom had noticed your sad face, so she started explaining. It's okay, mom. You sat down quickly next to Jungkook. Jungkook continued eating without making any apologies. You felt so upset that you couldn't eat anything. You made tea for yourself and started sipping it. Mom's attention was focused on you. While you eating, Jungkook also glanced at you upon hearing his mom's question. No, mom, I'm just no hungry right now. And you suddenly looked in her direction anxiously. No, mom, it's not that. I just don't feel like eating right now. You noticed that Jungkook seemed annoyed at his mom's question. Okay, mom, I am heading to the office. There's an urgent meeting I need to attend. Jungkook suddenly stood up and said. Jungkook rushed out and you quickly followed him. Jungkook, why? I'm running late, please. Jungkook said without turning and rushed outside. You stood on your spot. Bewildered. What happened to Jungkook all of a sudden? You thought you returned to the dining room. Why, don't worry, he's just in a bad mood. He will be fine in a little while, and he will call you himself. Mom resumed me. After ordering maids about their work, you went into your room. Mom was gone to meet her friend. Jungkook's dad was gone to abroad for business. Jungkook was roaming in your mind. Let alone he would call you. He wasn't even receiving your call. Jungkook was his mom's only son. She loved him with everything, and you had sensed his even from the early days of your marriage. She always wanted Jungkook to marry the girl of her choice. But Jungkook's dad never gave her a chance to stood in front of him. He always prioritized his own opinion. Jungkook found out about this much later, but nothing could have done then. The reason being that he never disobeyed his mom and was careful not to hurt her anyhow by you and himself. Yours and Jungkook's marriage was arranged by both of your dad, as your dad and his dad had a strong friendship. All decisions were made by Jungkook's dad and in his home. Jungkook's dad saw you in the party and asked for your proposal. Your dad liked Jungkook too. He had met Jungkook before. He always liked the responsible man. After your approval, he said yes for the marriage. You were quite easygoing and didn't get upset over trivial matters. Why Jungkook was sensitive and couldn't get along with people quickly. He was quite reserved. You had adapted to his personality and preferences, but today his behavior had taken you by surprise. That means I still can't understand Jungkook's nature. You were exhausted from thinking about what you had done to make Jungkook act this way and why he was not answering your calls. You had made countless calls and sent numerous messages throughout the night, but there was no response from Jungkook. Late at night, you heard the sound of his car and you took breath of relief. You opened the door to go downstairs but found Jungkook standing there. He quickly passed by you and entered the room. Jungkook, I have been calling and messaging you all day, but you didn't respond of any. You said when he came out of the bathroom after changing. I was busy. I didn't have time. He replied bravely. You don't have time for me. Your eyes welled up. Jungkook turned to you with a sudden jerk. There's nothing more important to me than my mom. First, make a place for yourself in her heart. But I never said anything that would make you think I don't respect her. You said in surprise. I don't know. For me, my mom is more important than anyone. No one else matters in front of her. Jungkook ended the conversation and after hearing this, you felt that saying anything more was pointless. You remained silent and moved away from him. That night, you felt a heavy burden on your soul. It was the first time you had fallen in love with someone and had considered his home your own. The person you loved was now acting as if he didn't care about you. You walked to the couch and lay down. After marriage, it was the first time you were sleeping away from him, being upset. Often, Jungkook was the one who got upset and ignored you at any little argument, and you have to apologize till he got back into right mood. But today, when you're upset and distanced, it's not affecting him a bit. Your tears kept following, and you cried yourself to sleep. The pillow was wet with your tears. In the morning, you woke up to the sound of shuffling. Jungkook was searching for something. He had completely turned the room into a mess. Your head was heavy from crying all night, and you couldn't open your eyes. You watched Jungkook in silence. Whine, I can't find my file. Get up and find it. Your files are kept in the dance drawer. You spoke laying down on your spot. Jungkook processed to the drawer. After getting the file, he walked back into the room with his eyes focused on the file. That made his feet bump into something